Well, there's some good news and some bad news for the Democratic Party right now. And the good news is this: millennial voters, by 59%, actually say that they would prefer the Democrats to be in charge of Congress instead of the Republicans. And in case you haven't been paying attention, millennials actually make up the largest voting bloc in the United States today. And almost 60% of them say they want Democrats in Congress, not Republicans. That's the good news. The bad news is that only about 55% of them say that they are extremely likely or even probably likely to vote in this year's midterms. That's not just bad news, that's horrible news. And not just for the Democrats in general. This is bad news for American democracy, our democratic process, okay? We need everyone to participate that is able to participate. And if you're not able, hopefully we can find a way to get you involved as well. These are the young people in this country. This is an age group I actually happen to be a part of. I've already voted in my primary. I 100% will be voting in the midterms. Have not missed an election since I turned the age of 18, which unfortunately was a few months after the Bush-Gore election. So really sad I didn't get to cast a ballot in that. But nonetheless, millennials have to get active. They are the ones who are going to be the most affected by every piece of legislation coming out of Washington, D.C., by every single court decision coming out of federal courts and the Supreme Court. They're the ones who are going to live with those consequences for the rest of their lives. They have the most at stake. That is the simple truth here. They're the ones who are burdened with tens of thousands of dollars in student loan debt. They're the ones who are going to have to figure out how to address the issue of climate change, because we're already starting to see the effects today, and we know that our current congressional makeup is not going to do anything about it. So they're the ones that have to fix that problem for us. They're the ones who are going to have to deal with the fallout from Donald Trump's trade wars. The list is endless of what this young group of Americans is going to have to fix because the older generations broke it for us. But if they stay home, then they're giving up their choice to find people to help fix these problems. And that's what's not acceptable. I understand if they don't want to vote, if they think it's stupid. I don't agree with it, but I understand it. Maybe they're busy. But if that's the case, then I hate to sound like one of those folks, but you don't really get to complain when the country continues to go to shit, because you could have done something about it. You could have gone to a polling place. You could have asked your friends or your neighbors, hey, I know you're going to vote. I can't drive myself. Maybe you could drive me up there and I can just run up there with you real quick. You know, you could take a bus, call an Uber, call a cab, call whatever you have to do. Lyft has said that they're going to be offering free rides in some areas on election day this year. Take advantage of that. Get out there and vote. But before you do, educate yourself. And this is not a pitch for the Democratic Party. The Democratic Party is not owed the votes of this generation. They have to earn them, just like Republicans would have to earn them. They need extensive outreach at this point, because it's not just on them, okay? These people who say they don't want to vote may not think that they have a reason to. They may not think that there's any difference between the candidates on the ballot in their district or their state or whatever. There is, but they may not know about it. They may not sit there all day long reading political articles or watching videos like this online. So it's up to those candidates to reach out to those voters and say, hey, let me tell you why I'm different. Let me tell you why I feel like I should earn your vote here. Let me try to earn it by sitting down and talking to you and to your group of friends or to your school, to your community. With the proper outreach, we can turn that 55 perhaps into a 75, maybe into an 85. That would be unprecedented. And the biggest thing that the millennials have to understand is that they are the largest voting bloc out there in this country. So if they want to see real change, it is 100% in their hands. All they have to do is show up in November and vote.